What happened?
Hi, everybody.
There you are.
People are still joining us. I'm going to wait just a minute. And I also want to be respectful and appreciative of everyone who showed up on time. But I know that people will just keep showing up, and I'll have to keep letting them in while I am giving my little intro here. So let's see here. Okay. Hi, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Tapping to Heal, Transform, and Thrive. I'm Heather Ambler, and I want to thank you for being here with me today so that together we can use the gentle power of EFT to heal whatever is holding you back or causing you to suffer. If you have never done EFT before, that's totally fine. The basics are very simple, and you'll learn how to tap to watching the rest of us. So just follow along and don't even worry about doing it right. EFT is very forgiving. And even if you're totally new to it and it feels a bit awkward, as it does for most people when they start out, it will still be effective. So I conduct these EFT workshops much like I conduct my private EFT sessions. Depending on how things unfold today, I'll be working with either 2 or 3 volunteers today, one by one. And as I work with each person, everyone else who's here with us will be tapping along. So if you're not the person that I'm working with, as long as you are tapping, you will be healing. And the reason for that is because EFT works by focusing your mind on the issue that you want to heal while tapping. And doing those two things simultaneously heals the issue. So sometimes the tapping statement we're all tapping on together will fit something in your life that needs healing, and sometimes it won't. Again, either way, you're still going to be healing because whatever statement we're working on will bring up something for you. And as you focus on that while tapping, you will heal. So I'm going to pause to answer questions throughout the event. So if you have a question, please just hold on to it until I ask for questions. Don't put it in the chat or anything like that, just because I will see it, whether I want to or not, going into the chat, and that will be distracting for me. I really want to be able to focus in the moment with everybody. So just hold your questions if you would, please. I want them, but just wait until I ask for them, if you would, please. And that way the workshop will just flow better for everyone. So before we start our healing work together, I need to remind you that this event is being recorded so that those who can't be here with us live can still participate in the event and receive the healing benefits from it. And when I ask volunteers questions, so when I'm working with someone, one of the volunteers, and I ask them a question, I want you to apply those same questions to yourself and whatever it is that you're wanting to heal today. And if what I ask them doesn't precisely fit your situation, that's okay. Just modify the question as best you can and then answer it either just in your mind, or you can write it down in your notes, or whatever works best for you. And lastly, I need to say that by participating in this event today, you are taking full responsibility for your own well-being and safety. You acknowledge that as an EFT practitioner, I am neither a physician nor a psychotherapist, and nothing I say today should be considered to be medical advice. So before I ask for our first volunteer, we are going to do a brief exercise together. So please get out something to write with and write down your answer to the following question. Oh, hold on. I've got a bunch of people who want to come in. Sorry. Okay, there we go. All right. So here's the question. If there was one thing in your life that you most wanted to feel better about today, what would that one thing be? So it could be the pain of losing a loved one. It could be some kind of unresolved trauma from childhood or another time in your life. It could be a fear, a relationship issue, a money problem, feelings of low self-worth, really anything that is causing you to suffer or holding you back, making you feel stuck or stressing you out. So, what is it for you? What would you most like to feel better about today? And go ahead and write down your answer. And so, I'm going to give you guys a minute to write that down. Okay. Hold on just a second here. Okay, so now what I want you to do is I want you to write down the following. When I think about this, whatever it is that you wrote down, I feel, and then finish that sentence. So, for example, when I think about losing my mom when I was 10, I feel devastated. Or when I think about my fear of mountain lions, I feel terrified. So finish the sentence with the very first thing that pops into your head, even if it doesn't make sense to you, or you don't agree with it, or you don't like it, or it scares you, or anything like that. If you've worked with me one-on-one before, or if you've been in any of my group programs, you know that this is a prompt that I often give. And what we're doing is we're accessing your subconscious mind. Often that's the reason why I phrase it that way, so that whatever pops into your head, we can sort of bypass the conscious mind and allow the subconscious mind to tell us what it knows and what it needs. Okay, so I'll just give you another moment to finish that sentence. When I think about this, I feel. Okay, and so now on a scale of 0 to 10, with 10 being the most intense emotional pain or distress you've ever experienced, what is the emotional charge for you with this statement that you've written down? And now write that number down next to your statement. Okay? Okay, so before I ask for a volunteer, does anybody have any questions about what we're doing and how to do it, where we are thus far in the process? Is everybody clear? Everybody good? And if not, go ahead and raise your physical hand. A lot of people are off camera, which is totally fine. So in that case, you can raise your Zoom hand, so to speak, or you can type into the chat. I'm going to open the chat. I see there's a bunch of stuff here. Okay. Got it. Okay. Thanks, Mary. I saw that there. Um, okay. So I'm going to ask for a volunteer now. So who would like to work with me on this? Again, go ahead and raise your hand, either your physical hand if you're on camera, or your virtual Zoom hand, or you can type into the chat that you'd like to work with me on this, okay? Hi, Linda. It would probably help if I had my glasses on. I almost never wear them. Hi. So would you like to work with me, Linda? It looks like you would. Okay, I'm going to unmute you, or ask you to unmute yourself. I'm going to take off my glasses. Hi. Hey there. I'm going to see if I can fix this view so that maybe it's easier for everyone to see both of us as we are working together. I don't know if that did it or not. I'm on Zoom all day, every day, and I'm still not that great at it. Okay, so Linda, what's going on? What would you like to feel better about today?
Procrastination. I'd like it to
Procrastination.
be done with the scarlet of hair. I want to just get things done when I plan on
Okay, okay. And is there something in particular that you're procrastinating about right now?
it. Yes, a couple of projects for some clients that I have that I want to complete.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm just taking notes over here. I have got you right here in front of me, and my notes are over here, and I'm going to be typing a lot today. Okay, so, and what is the project for a client that you're feeling the most sort of resistant to working on, or stuck
Well,
with, or procrastinating on at the moment?
I'm a bookkeeper who has recently retired to Oregon, so I have
Mm-hmm.
my whole life is open now. I'm not
Ah,
don't have the constraints of going into an office and doing what I need to do for the specific client. But I
uh-huh.
still have two clients that I need to complete their bookkeeping. But because I'm in
Ah,
this new environment, I've let myself just go with the flow, and it's
ah.
driving me crazy.
Okay, let's get to the bottom of this and have it stop driving you crazy, okay?
Thank you.
Yes, you are very welcome. And thank you for volunteering. I know it's not the easiest thing to volunteer in a group setting like this, for most people anyway.
I'm really motivated.
I'm so glad, and I'm again, I really appreciate that, and I'm so happy that I can be here to help you today. Okay, so you just retired. Congratulations. And now you have this work to do from your pre-retirement life that's sort of knocking at your door, right? Okay. So there's two. Do you feel equally resistant to both of them? They're both kind of
Oh,
representing the
yes.
same thing for you. Okay.
Yes,
So
it's more or less the start button. I don't have a start button. So,
in
and so it's
general or about
equally
this?
the same
You don't have a
about
start button
all of
about
what
this? You don't have a start button
I
in
don't have
general in life, or about these two clients?
I don't have a start button about this specifically,
Okay, got
about the
it. Okay.
bookkeeping, about doing what I promised to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Did
I'm
I
just
lose you?
thinking. No,
You
I'm just thinking
froze.
and
Oh,
typing.
thinking.
Yeah. Um, all right, we're going to test a couple things here, okay? So first, I'm going to read a sentence to you. I'm going to read a statement. It's going to be incomplete, and I want you to finish the sentence for me with the very first thing that pops into your head, even if it does not make sense to you. I've already said this, but it bears repeating. Even if it doesn't make sense to you, or you don't agree with it, or you don't like it, or it scares you, or whatever it is, okay? So I'm procrastinating about doing the bookkeeping for these two clients because
I don't want to do bookkeeping anymore.
that's what I wrote that down, but I wanted to give you a chance to say it yourself. Yeah, well, understandably. Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. So hold on. I'm thinking and typing again. Thank you for your patience, everyone. Um, how do we think about this? As projects, or just thinking about it as bookkeeping or jobs?
It's bookkeeping. It's finishing up a year for a couple of clients and being done with it.
Uh-huh.
And at the
Done
end,
with
I
it
could
for
get
the
paid.
and yeah, and done with it for your whole career.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
but that's not scary to me. To at least
Hmm.
my conscious self.
We'll see what else is going on in there. Um, so 0 to 10, how true does this feel to you? I'm having trouble doing these last two bookkeeping jobs because I don't want to do them.
0 to 10. Um, Probably 8.5.
8.5. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Um, and finish this sentence for me, please. First thing that pops into your head, even if it doesn't make sense, or you don't like it, or you don't agree with it. I don't want to do these last two bookkeeping jobs because.
Boy. Um, well, it just takes me back to bookkeeping
Mhm.
and what I've been doing for 763 years. So it just keeps
Is
putting
that
me in
all?
that, at least, yeah, give or take. Um, my friend Marge over there is just dying
I can't
because
see
she
her
knows me
focused on
well.
you.
Um, so yeah, so
Yeah.
8.5 or so.
Okay. That one's also an 8.5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And finish the sentence for me, please. It might seem obvious to you that I should know what the answer is, and I might, but I want you to finish it, okay? I really don't want to do any more bookkeeping because
I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
What number is that?
Oh, you wanted a number. I'm sorry.
No. I didn't ask you for it yet. You're good. You're
Oh,
doing great. I really don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done. So what's the charge on
that's
that?
10. That's 10.
Yeah. Okay. Thinking and typing again. Thanks for your patience. And then this one, I can't finish the bookkeeping for these two clients because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Oh, that goes down to 5 because of the commitment issue.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. They essentially mean the same thing, but when we word things differently, you can feel that they hit different. They feel different.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to tap this out together. Okay. I really don't, and I'll prompt you as we go. I have it written down so I don't have to try to remember it, but, and I'll help you to remember it. By prompting you. I really don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done. Okay, so first, what we're going to do is I'm going to guide you through the series of tapping points that I use, you and everyone else who's here with us, so that if there's anyone here who hasn't worked with me before, or maybe has never done EFT before, then we're all just kind of on the same page and we know what to do. Okay, so I want you to extend the first two fingers of both hands like a flight attendant pointing at exit doors. And we're just going to bring those tapping fingers to the beginning of our eyebrows. So the middle finger is tapping right on the eyebrow, and the index finger is really just kind of along for the ride. We're just using two fingers because it's easier to control our hands than it is when we're just using one. And now we're going to move to the outside corners of the eyes. And in addition to getting a feel for the tapping sequence that I use, which is more or less the same as other EFT practitioners with a few differences, there's the added benefit of it just starts to calm down the nervous system and soothe the amygdala. So now we went to the outside corners of the eyes, now we're going beneath the eyes. Should feel bony there. We're tapping on the orbital bone, also known as the eye socket. Now we're going to use one finger. Usually the index finger is easiest, but you can use whatever you want to. And tap underneath the nose on this groove between the nose and the upper lip. It has a really cool name for you word nerds out there. It's called the philtrum. And now we're going to tap on the chin. And where we tap on the chin, as long as you're in the ballpark, it's going to work. But officially, we're tapping on this indentation that everybody has between the lower lip and the bottom of their chin, right here. And now we're going to tap on what I call the collarbone points, which it's a misnomer because we're not tapping on the collarbone, we're tapping beneath it. And everybody also has indentations here. For some people, depending on body type, they're either quite easy to feel or not so easy to feel, but you don't need to worry about it. The indentations are there, and we're just, as long as we're kind of in the ballpark, it's going to work. And I just use all of my fingers except for my thumbs, to tap right here, down about a half an inch to an inch and a few inches apart. And now we go underneath the arms. And so I'm tapping on my side. And for me, where that hits, for those of us who are wearing a bra, you're going to be tapping basically right in the middle of your bra strap on your side. So it's underneath the armpits. And And now we're going to tap on the side of the hand. This used to be called the karate chop point in EFT, and now we just call it side of the hand. And I use kind of all of my fingers except for my thumbs, and we're tapping underneath the pinky finger so that it's bony right here, and right underneath the bony part is where we tap. So the point is actually right here, but it's easier to just use all the fingers. And now we do what I call not what I call, they are called the liver points. And those are underneath the breasts on the rib cage. So right here, for some people, they're kind of tender. Other people, they're not. And then I use all of my fingers except for my thumb. So again, as long as you're in the ballpark, it's going to work. And then we do what I call heart and crown. So the crown point is an official EFT point. The heart point is not official. I did learn it from an EFT training DVD from Gary Craig, the founder of EFT. Some guest teacher was using this point, and I was already using that point in my work as a body talk practitioner. And so I adopted it. People like it. I like it. So I call this heart and crown, which is another misnomer because, of course, the heart's over here on the left and we're tapping in the middle of the chest on the sternum. Okay, so Linda, now let's pick your setup wording and let's start getting this to feel better, okay? Okay, so have you done EFT before, Linda?
I've been practicing. I was reintroduced to it about 3 months ago, and I've been doing it on my own.
Okay,
But
so you're familiar with the setup. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's the sort of the traditional EFT setup wording is, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So we can use that if you like it. Some people prefer, I'm doing the best I can and I deserve love. Of those two options, which one really feels the best to you?
The first one.
Let's use that one, okay? And so I just want to let you guys know who haven't worked with me before and who maybe have done EFT elsewhere on YouTube or with other practitioners or whatever. I tap for a long time. And by a long time, I mean 5 minutes. So we're going to go roughly 5 minutes. We're going to go for about 5 minutes on this statement as is without changing it at all, okay? And then we're going to see where we are with it and how it's feeling, okay? So here we go, Linda, you and me. Let's tap together on the side of the hand and everybody along with us and repeat after me. Even though I really don't want to do any more bookkeeping.
Even though I don't want to do any more bookkeeping.
Because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply love and appreciate myself.
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah, you can say it however you want to. However you're used to saying it is fine. I said I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and appreciate myself.
Good. Even though I don't want to do any more bookkeeping.
Even though I don't want to do any more bookkeeping.
Because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
I deeply and completely love and appreciate myself.
I deeply and completely love and appreciate myself.
Including all of my feelings about this.
Including all my feelings about myself.
Yeah. Hold on just 1 second. Somebody here is not muted who needs to be muted. Hey, everybody. Will you just check and make sure you're muted? And if you're not muted, will you mute yourself, please? Because we've got some kind of bleed through happening here. Okay. You're doing great, Linda. One more time. Even though I don't want to do any more bookkeeping.
Even though I don't want to do any more bookkeeping.
Because I'm almost 80
because
and I'm
done. Almost 80 and I'm done. I deeply and completely appreciate myself.
Good. Good. So now we're going to bring it to the eyebrows. I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
I'm getting old.
Keep going with it.
Are you still up there? I don't have my glasses on.
I'm still here. Yes.
Up on top. Okay.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
I don't want to lose my.
I don't want to do any more.
Let's move underneath the eyes now.
Underneath. Okay.
There we go.
I don't want to age and get dependent.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm
I don't
almost
want to do
80.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping. I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping. I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
I'm scared.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping. I'm almost 80 and I'm done. I don't want to do any more bookkeeping. I'm almost 80 and I'm done. I don't want to do any more bookkeeping. I'm almost 80 and I'm done. We didn't do the rib.
We do this one and then this one and then the liver points.
Oh, go back to the karate chop. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping. I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Now we do the liver points.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping. I'm almost 80 and I'm done. I don't want to do any more bookkeeping. I'm almost 80 and I'm done. I don't want to do any more bookkeeping. I'm almost 80 and I'm done. I don't want to do any more bookkeeping. I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Beneath the nose. Let's do beneath the nose now.
Okay. I don't want to do any more bookkeeping. I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
And chin.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping. I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Collarbone.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping. I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
And beneath the arms.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping. I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Side of the hand.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping. I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
And now the liver points, the ribs.
I'm almost 80 and I'm done. I don't want to do any more bookkeeping and I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
There you go. Perfect.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping. I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
And let's just pause there and let's see how it's feeling. I'm going to read it back to you and then let me know what number it feels like. It might be the same. It might be different. It might be higher. It might be lower. Can't really go higher than 10, but actually you can. The scale is 0 to 10, but a lot of people say it goes up to 1,000. Sometimes it feels higher than a 10. I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
So you want a number? 7.
Beautiful. So
I have a little worry.
okay, tell me, hold on just one second. I just want to say going from a 10 to a 7 in one 5-minute round of tapping is excellent movement. It's still very charged and we're getting there and we're getting there at a good pace. So what's your worry, Linda?
So we're doing one part of this, of the whole picture, because I don't want to not do bookkeeping to finish this up. I want to complete my commitments.
Totally.
That's all.
So I'm so glad that you said that. So what we're doing actually is we're removing your inner block to completing the commitment. So what we're doing right now is going to make it easier for you to get this done. Because what you're experiencing, the reason you're procrastinating is because you're experiencing resistance because you're almost 80. You don't want to do any more bookkeeping. You are done, right? So as we tap on this resistance, and this feeling of aversion to like, you know what? No, I live in Oregon now. I'm retired. This is my new life. That's my old life. I'm done. We meet you where you are. We tap on those feelings. The feelings subside enough that you can just get it done. You don't feel stuck anymore. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so let's give this another good round of tapping and then we'll check in and we will see how it's feeling. And then I'm going to ask for if anybody else in the group has questions. So those of you who are sitting on a question, thank you for sitting on it, and just hold on to that question, and I'll get that question from you, and I will answer it very soon. So everybody, let's do some more tapping. So Linda, tapping together on the eyebrows. I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done. I don't want to do what?
I said outside corners. I know you're having trouble seeing me, so I'm calling out the points. Outside
Okay,
corners.
thank you.
Eyes, you bet.
I don't remember the phrase.
No problem. That's what I'm here for. I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Beneath the eyes.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Beneath the nose.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Chin.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Collarbone.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Beneath the arms.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Side of the hand.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Liver points.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Heart and crown.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Back to the eyebrows.
Don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Outside corners of the eyes.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Beneath the eyes.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Beneath the nose.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Chin.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Collarbone.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Beneath the arms.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Side of the hand.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Liver points.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Heart and crown.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Back to the eyebrows.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Outside corners of the eyes.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Beneath the eyes.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Beneath the nose.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Chin.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Collarbone.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Beneath the arms.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Side of the hand.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Liver points.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Heart and crown.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
And we're going to go through one more time. Eyebrows.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Outside corners.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Beneath the eyes.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Beneath the nose.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Chin.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Collarbone.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Beneath the arms.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Side of the hand.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Liver points.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Heart and crown.
I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
Let's pause there. How is it feeling now from 0 to 10? I don't want to do any more bookkeeping because I'm almost 80 and I'm done.
It's an interesting feeling of melting.
Yeah.
I'm going into the 5, the 4 or 5.
Okay, beautiful. It's still moving beautifully. It's a 4 or a 5. So I will tell you what you may or may not know. It took me, I don't know, 15 years or something to figure this out. So for those of you who don't know this, in my experience, and I think maybe in everyone's experience, whether they have realized it or not, with every single person, every issue, every aspect of every issue, when it gets down to a 4 or below, it feels very, very different from every number above that. So the difference, for example, between a 6 and a 5, or let's say a 7 and a 5, is much different from how it feels to go from like the difference between a 6 to a 4, because you've reached that critical threshold of the 4. Things feel so much better at a 4 that it's wonderful, and it's almost kind of a danger zone, I think of it as, because people feel so much better that they think they're done, because it's not even really registering in the body mind as distress anymore oftentimes. And it still has the power to make you suffer in ways that are more subconscious and keep you stuck in ways that are more subconscious. So people stop and they're still 40% unhealed, because of course that 4 is a 4 out of 10. So they're 40%, they're 60% of the way there, 40% not there, right? So you're almost to that wonderful juncture of a 4. And for something like this, when you're feeling stuck, when you're procrastinating, sometimes the 4 is not a danger zone. Sometimes you've gotten just far enough that you're free from the inside out to take action and get it done.
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Yes, and I want to tell you that, if you're not there yet, which you may not be, but if you're not there yet, you can get there, and pretty quickly, right? You just need a little more tapping of these different aspects of this inner block, really, to getting it done, which is causing you to procrastinate. And so when you tap a little bit more on different aspects of this and get those numbers down, suddenly you are going to feel free from the inside out to just get it done. It's like this effortless effort will take over, and you'll just be able to do it and then leave that behind you, right? Instead of it dragging you down and stressing you out, making you feel bad about yourself and all that other stuff, right?
Right, all the stuff all the baggage.
All the baggage. So before you and I wrap up together for today, let's just test some other aspects of this, see where we are with them, okay? And I'll give you some optional tapping homework and some suggestions for how to get the rest of the way there, so that, again, it just becomes easy and natural for you to get it done and be fully retired, okay? So how does this one feel right now from 0 to 10? I'm having trouble doing these last 2 bookkeeping jobs because I don't want to do them. 0 to 10.
Ish. You didn't ask me for an ish, but I gave you an ish.
Did you say 4-ish? I love a 4-ish. Okay. Linda, that was an 8.5. So, and we haven't
On the
tapped
Richter
on
scale?
this on the Richter scale. Yes, indeed. So because we tapped on that closely related statement, this one also came way down, and that is fantastic. So, how does this one feel? I don't want to do these last 2 bookkeeping jobs because it takes me back to bookkeeping, and I don't want to do bookkeeping anymore. What number is that one? And issues are
Brings
all welcome.
tears. That brings tears.
Yes.
Well, that's a 5.
A 5. So that has gone from an 8.5 to a 5. Okay,
Yeah.
which is huge. And it needs to get at least to a 4, I think, before you're really going to feel free and able to do this. Can you tell me about the tears?
It's part of the commitment, and my word of honor is involved in completing these projects, and So I feel very much like I'm betraying these two clients. So that's why the tears.
What number is this? I haven't completed these projects for my clients, and that makes me feel like I'm betraying them.
Oh, that's way up there. It went zooming up to 9 or a 10.
Okay, so thank goodness we found it. Because now we know that this needs some tapping, because it's the feeling badly about this is becoming part of the inner block, right?
Yes,
Because when you turn your mind toward these tasks, what you see in addition to what needs to be done is the feeling bad about not having yet done it, and the resistance to doing it, and all these things, right? So
it's
this
all
is
a
my
mush mush.
it's all a mishmash. So my optional tapping assignment for you, should you want to do it, is this statement. And so write it down if you want to. I haven't completed these projects for my clients, and that makes me feel like I'm betraying them. And then write down the number 9/10. And I would set a timer. If you decide to do this on your own, set a timer for 5 minutes and tap on it until the timer goes off without changing the statement at all. And if it's not yet to a 4, which it probably won't be, could be, probably won't be, do it for another 5 minutes and see if you've reached that 4 threshold. Okay? So that you can be free from all of this. Okay? So that's my homework for you. And if you find it tricky to do it on your own, which many people do, even me, I have trouble doing my own tapping on my own. I do it, but not always, right? It's very easy for me to work with other people, but doing our own, facing our own stuff by ourselves can be really daunting. And it can be really tricky. You know just what to tap on because I've told you. But if you need more help with it, more support, I'm available. And, there are also lots of other EFT practitioners out there if I'm not the right fit for you. Okay. But what I really want you to know is this is so doable, right? Removing the rest of this inner block that's causing you to procrastinate. It's totally doable. And then you'll get the projects completed, and then you'll be a fully retired, almost
Great.
80-year-old. You'll be free, Linda. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Do you have any
thank you.
questions? You're so welcome.
Well, it sort of taken my breath away, but I did not expect this full response to my body as I've been practicing this for some time, or for
Mm.
several months. So thank you for your input and your vision and everything. Thank you.
You're so very welcome. And thank you again for working with me. I really appreciate it. And you've been lovely to work with. And I
You
think
too.
us working together has probably helped a lot of other people who are here with us today. And speaking of other people who are here with us today, does anyone have any questions for me before I work with our next volunteer? Go ahead and raise your actual hand or your virtual Zoom hand, or you can type into the chat if you have a question for me about what we've done thus far, about what's coming up for you, about EFT in general, anything that you would like an answer to. I'm not seeing any hands here, so I guess there are no questions. So I'm going to go ahead and ask for our next volunteer. So who would like to work with me next? Hi, Anne. Hey there.
Hello.
Hi. I don't think we've met before, have we?
No, this is, I do follow your work, but this is my first workshop,
It's so nice to meet you. Welcome.
and you too.
So, how can I help you? What's going on? What did you write down?
So I think I get very affected or caught up on other people's agendas, and it almost, I know everybody comes into our lives, as a lesson or a blessing. But
Mm-hmm.
even though I know that, I just seem to get caught up on other people's agendas, or I suppose I do energy work, so I'm very, very sensitive and
Mm-hmm.
to energies. And then I suppose I haven't been able to um, tone that down so that I'm not taking in everything around me and being
Mm-hmm.
affected by it. And I waste so much energy then maybe even analyzing that, or yeah, it kind of takes over that I can't do the things I need to do myself then.
Okay, got it. So let's get very specific here, and that's going to help to heal the more global issue and this sort of pattern that you have, and this struggle, right? And I get it. I totally get it. And it's complex, right? It's super complex, and it has more complexity than we'll have time to totally unpack today, but that's okay. We can get a good start on it. Okay. And so by getting specific about it, again, that's going to help to shed light on and free you, at least to some degree, from the general issue in your life, right? Which probably started in childhood, or maybe that you were born with. And it's a blessing, right, to be so sensitive to these energies. It allows you to do your work and to be good at it and to bring heart and compassion to it. And also it makes it pretty hard to live in the world, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get it feeling better. So can you give me an example of this, either from your personal life or from your professional life, of feeling very much caught up in someone else's agenda, as you say?
Yeah. So I suppose a lot of what would have happened recently would have been people I was very close to, and it just seems to have turned. I mean, a full turn, like, the people that I was that close to, talking to regularly. And I suppose a lot of the resources I have in my business that I was making plans for to expand, there's been cases where they've literally taken that idea and ran with it, and my problem, I suppose, really is I don't have. I sit and think I probably give away too many of my ideas rather
Okay.
than put them to action.
I'm going to interrupt, and I don't mean to be rude, and I'm sorry.
No.
And it's not that I'm not interested. I just want to make sure that I have just the exact information that I need in order to start healing this. Okay. So if I understand correctly, someone or more than one someone took your idea or ideas and for your business, and is using it for their own purposes or their own businesses. Is that right?
Yeah.
And can we give this person a name? And if you don't want to say their name, you can use a fake name or an initial or whatever works
Yeah,
best
so
for you.
I'll use a fake name. So I'll just say Maura.
Moira.
Yeah.
Moira.
Yeah.
And what did she do? Moira stole my idea.
Yeah. So I told her, something I was going to train in so I could teach it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't know then that she went off and trained in it, even though she's not in this line of work, and did the levels. I suppose I'm building a purpose-built room to do classes. And I was saying, when I've my classes done, this is what I'm going to teach. And so behind my back, she went and trained.
Okay.
And
So
yeah.
is this accurate or not? I might have the wording not right. So I want you to tell me how to adjust it so that it fits perfectly your situation and your feelings. Maura stole my business idea. Does that fit? Is that accurate?
Yeah.
And 0 to 10, does that feel like a neutral fact to you, or what is the emotional charge? 0 is neutral, 10 is, the most
that feels
distressing.
neutral because it's a fact.
Okay. Oftentimes facts don't feel neutral, but this one does. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. And I want you to finish this sentence. You've heard me say this now several times, and I'll keep saying it. The very first thing that pops into your head, even if it doesn't make sense to you, or you don't agree with it, or you don't like it. Okay. So hold on just one second. I'm trying to be able to see you better. Okay. I think that helped. Okay. So finish this sentence, please. Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel
robbed.
0 to 10. What's the charge on that?
9.
Okay. So this is where we're going to begin our tapping. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that okay? We don't have to.
No, that's good. Yeah.
For you and everyone here, anything that I suggest is a suggestion. And if you're not comfortable with it, then let me know and I'll create a workaround, okay? Because it's important that you feel safe and comfortable with everything that we're doing here, okay? This is big for you, huh? Yeah, okay. You've got this, okay? And I've got you. We're going to get you feeling better about this. So what would you prefer for your setup? I deeply and completely love and accept myself, or I'm doing the best I can and I deserve love?
I'm doing the best I can and I deserve love.
That one's good medicine, huh? They both are. Okay, so let's tap together, you and me, on the side of the hand, and everyone who's here with us, let's tap together and heal together. Even though Maura stole my business idea,
Maura stole my business idea,
and that makes me feel robbed.
and that makes me feel robbed.
I'm doing the best I can, and I deserve love.
I'm doing the best I can.
Good. Even though Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed.
Even though Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed.
I'm doing the best I can, and I deserve love.
I'm doing the best I can, and I deserve love.
One more time. Even though Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed.
Even though Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed.
I'm doing the best I can, and I deserve love.
I'm doing the best I can, and I deserve love.
Good. So now we're going to bring it to the eyebrows. Maura stole my business idea. Mary, could you please keep yourself muted?
Maura stole my business idea,
And that makes me feel robbed.
and that makes me feel robbed.
Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed.
And that makes me feel robbed. Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed. Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed. Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed. Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed. Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed.
Just 1 second. 1 second. And Mary, can you please stop unmuting yourself because we can hear you? So I'm going to mute you again and just keep yourself muted, please, Mary. Thank you. Okay, let's go to the side of the hands. Maura stole my business idea.
Maura stole
That
my
makes me
business
feel
idea,
robbed.
and that makes me feel robbed. Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed. Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed. Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed. Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed. Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed. Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed. Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed. Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed. Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed. Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed. Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed. Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed.
Back to the eyebrows.
Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed. Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed. Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed. Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed. Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed. Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed. Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed. Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed. Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed. Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel robbed.
Let's just pause there. How are you doing with this now? How's it feeling?
I think it could be down to about a 3.
Wow. Beautiful. Fast healing that happens sometimes. Sometimes people go whoop, from a 9 to a 3 in 5 minutes. Good, good. And what is it like for you to have gone from a 9 to a 3? How is this feeling different in your body? How are you thinking about it now?
Yeah, it's the realization, like, you know, the way that, like, even, okay, that's what it feels. You know, I'm using, I feel deceived and I feel, but I wasn't able to get anywhere with them. Whereas, like, I have memory of different things now from my childhood of being robbed, you know, that kind of a thing.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I've 3 different times, you know, when I was younger, of
Mm-hmm.
money was taken from me, like, so I
Mm-hmm.
can kind of associate why
Yes.
I'm focusing on this. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. So finish this sentence for me, please. When I think about Maura stealing my business idea, I feel
I feel like I'll be okay. You know, the way that it's like there was a lesson. I feel I'll be okay.
mm-hmm. Okay. Good. Okay. And then I'm going to read you another one, and I want you to finish it again with the very first thing that pops into your head, even if you don't agree with it or you don't like it or it doesn't make sense to you. When I think about Maura, I feel,
Hurt.
what number is that?
5.
Mm-hmm. And finish this sentence, please. When I think about Maura, I feel hurt because she,
Was so close to me.
what number is that now?
8.
So you guys aren't friends anymore over this?
Well, we're related, so but we don't have the connection that
But you're not.
we did have. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So let's do this. Have our next round of tapping beyond this. When I think about Maura, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So let's use the setup again and tap together on the side of the hand. You and me and everyone who's here with us. Let's tap and heal together. Even though when I think about Maura, I feel hurt
I feel hurt
because she was so close to me.
because she was so close to me,
I'm doing the best I can,
and I'm doing the best I can,
and I deserve love.
and I deserve love.
Yeah. Even though when I think about Maura, I feel hurt
Even though when I think about Maura, I feel hurt
because she was so close to me.
because she was so close to me.
I'm doing the best I can, and I deserve love.
I'm doing the best I can, and I deserve love.
And one more time, even though when I think about Maura, I feel hurt because she was so close to me.
Even though when I think about Maura, I feel hurt because she was so close to me.
I'm doing the best I can,
I'm doing the best I can,
and I deserve love.
and I deserve love.
Good job. When I think about Maura, I feel hurt because she was so close to me.
When I think about Maura, I feel hurt because she was so close to me.
Outside corners of the eyes.
When I think about Maura, I
Feel hurt because
I
she
feel
was so
hurt
close to
because she
me.
was so close to me.
Yeah, I have the cheat sheet, so it's easy for me. When I think about Maura, I feel hurt because she was so close to me.
When I think about Maura, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Maura, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Maura, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Maura, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Maura, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me. When I think about Mara, I feel hurt because she was so close to me.
Good job. Let's just pause there. How is that one feeling now?
4.
Good. Down from an 8 to a 4. Excellent. Good, good, good. Good. And what kinds of thoughts, if any, did you notice in that round of tapping?
Like again, it's the words that kind of make the difference. It's like, I suppose I was expressing anger in my own head, like, but it's
Yes.
actually, it's the hurt, the way it's like I feel
Mm.
hurt,
Yes.
that, okay, now I suppose maybe that feels easier to, it feels, I've a right to be hurt, we'll say, okay? Whereas
Yeah.
like anger kind of seems, maybe I've a right to be angry too, but it didn't feel right to me or something like that. Like, whereas when I say hurt, I'm like, oh yeah, that kind of is what it is. Now reeling in my head, maybe I was going through all these other things trying to find the word.
Yeah. It can be
that
so
I'm going
hard.
from anger to sadness to this to that, because
Yes.
in my head, whereas it's like, yeah, it's hurt.
Yes. Yeah. It can be so elusive, right?
Yeah.
And then when we finally give it the name that fits and give ourselves the voice, and then apply the tapping to it, it changes everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's take it a step further, and see what else is going on there, so that you can, when you think about Maura, when you think about what happened, there's nothing but peace. Okay, including when you think about the part of your business and this business idea and plan that you had that she took and ran with it. You don't feel any painful emotions or stress. And you also maybe don't feel, I don't know if you do feel this way, but if you're feeling like you could no longer do that idea because she took it, you'll be free from the inside out to go ahead and do it if that's what you still want. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And I actually, because say this would have happened, we'll say maybe I kind of confronted her maybe 2 months ago about it, but she was able to overpower me, like, and that's okay, right? But actually, just during the week, I think it was maybe last Thursday, I kind of decided, sure, I can still do it, like, but I'll do it in my time, you know what I mean? I'm not going to rush to do it.
Ah,
Get it. So I kind of, even though I hadn't fully decided how I was going to, when I was going to do it or how I was going to do it, that I
yeah.
had decided that when the time is right, I will do it. When my room is ready, I will do it. I'm not
Beautiful.
going to
Good.
try to, yeah. So I'm not going to try
Good.
to rinse somewhere to get ahead of her, because
Good.
I'm not doing it to compete with
Yes.
that,
Beautiful.
yeah. And maybe that, it's okay to, like, there's enough room for all of us, but the way, but I suppose another thing, the other thing beyond that, like you said, this is a kind of complex, is that aside from all that, she's just teaching me that I think too much about what I want to do instead of getting up and
Mm.
doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So there are other ideas I have that I haven't shared with anybody. And
Yeah.
now I'm like, kind of, there's sometimes even before you do these workshops, something changes in your head because you've signed up. So, like last night, I got ideas for things when my room is ready, how I can launch
Yes.
that. And I just feel sometimes like it changes the energy just by sending that email to
Yeah.
join up. So I
Good.
have other ideas. Even like I haven't decided the plan and how I'm going to do them or get there. But like
Awesome.
it's okay that this has happened now.
Yes, yes, good,
Yeah.
good. So I want to look at this here. I want to read you a statement. We're just going to try it on for size, like
Yeah.
we're going dress shopping, and if it fits, great, we'll use it. And if it doesn't fit, we'll find something else, okay? Maura stole my business idea, and that makes me feel betrayed.
Yeah, that hits.
0 to 10?
3.
Ah, okay. So it's not hitting like the other ones did, probably because we tapped out those other ones.
Yeah.
But it's still 30% unhealed. So even though it's below that critical threshold that I mentioned about of the 4, it still could use some tapping, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yes.
that would be my suggestion. If you want to do some tapping work on your own with this, to tap that
Yes.
one out. I feel betrayed. And also, and I just want to remind everyone who's here with us, who I'm not working with directly in this moment, I want everyone to apply what I'm saying, what I'm about to say to Anne, to your own situation. Okay. So for you, Anne, if you could talk to Maura about this, and I'm not suggesting that you do this. This is purely for the purposes of a healing exercise. But if you could talk to her about this and say anything that you wanted with no negative repercussions to you whatsoever, what would you say to her? So imagine her face and you saying to her, Maura, what would it be?
So when she confronted me, she kind of threw it back at me. So what I would love to say is, like, you tried to gaslight me,
Mm,
but I accept, the way that, like, that was gaslighting. But like
mm,
I'm ready to leave it go, to let it be what it is.
mm.
So, but like, um,
You tried to gaslight me. And how about this? Maura, you tried to gaslight me, and that makes me feel what?
you tried to gaslight me.
Let's see. Let's try something on precise, okay? To
Yeah.
see if it fits or doesn't fit. Maura, I'm angry at you for gaslighting me. Does that resonate or no?
And you know, I don't even think I felt angry. I think I felt even kind of relieved that I spotted it. You know, even if I couldn't
Yeah.
answer her back. You know,
How
the
do
way
you
that
feel right now about it?
um
Gaslighting you.
uh, well, I feel that she needed to do that. Like that was about her, not about me.
But
You
that's
know,
how
that
you
was
think about it. How do you feel about her gaslighting you?
angry.
There it is.
Yeah.
And that makes sense. 0 to 10, Maura, I'm angry at you for gaslighting me.
7.
That would be a good one for you to tap out, okay? Not because it's not understandable for you to feel that way. Of course it is. Because that anger is showing you another part of this wound that needs to be healed. And when the wound is totally healed, there will be no anger. There will be no hurt. There'll be no feelings of anything other than peace. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. And this can be all the way healed. And if it isn't all the way healed yet, all of it, this applies to all of you. Any issue that you're working on, if it still hurts, first of all, if it still hurts, it's not healed. And just because it's not healed doesn't mean it can't be healed all the way and permanently and completely healed. So it's like I use this metaphor often of like if the store is 2 blocks away from your home and you want to walk to the store and you walk 1 block and the store isn't there, it's not because the store doesn't exist anymore. It's because you stopped before you got there. Keep walking, right? So, the store is complete and permanent healing from whatever the issue is. So if you're not there yet, keep going. It doesn't mean you can't get there. You can. You just need to do more of this. Okay? And it can be easier said than done. I understand that, right? And that's my job, right? Because it's not so easy. That's why I am here to help people with it. The unpacking of it and the identifying of how we feel about it and why we feel that way and all the things, right? But in the end, if it still hurts, it's not healed. And if it's not yet healed, you just keep going, okay, until it is all the way healed. Do you have any questions for me?
No, but I'm very grateful for having this
Mhm.
opportunity. And like I say, you know, the way it's not that like this, it's so easy for me to do this. You know what I mean? It's so achievable. It's so easy to do it. And I'm so grateful that I got the opportunity.
Oh, I'm so grateful as well. And thank you for that. I appreciate your appreciation and your gratitude. And thank you so much for working with me today.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. So does anyone have any questions about anything that we've worked on so far or EFT in general or what's coming up for you before I move on to our next volunteer? Hey, Marge. Can you unmute yourself, please? There we go. Thank you.
Muted. I'm very new to this. My friend Linda introduced me to this, and working with both Linda and Anne is about emotional and hurt and that kind of thing. But can the tapping also be used for physical pain?
So it can be, and it often is, and that is not something that I work on professionally. Very, very occasionally, I'll work on physical pain with a client, but it's quite rare for me to do that because what I specialize in is emotional healing and the removal of fears and limiting beliefs and all of this kind of stuff. So yes, it can be used, and in my experience with that, it's somewhat hit or miss whether it's going to actually work. And so when I'm doing emotional healing work, if I'm helping someone heal a trauma or a loss, I know it's going to heal. And I know that I'm going to be able to heal it with that person completely and permanently. If it's pain, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, right? And so, and oftentimes, so if I'm working with someone, let's say on a car accident trauma, and they injured their shoulder in a car accident and they still have pain, even though the accident was 25 years ago or whatever the case may be. When we heal all the trauma from the accident, all of it, the impact, the aftermath, everything related to it, oftentimes the residual shoulder pain or whatever it is goes away, because the body will hold on to pain sometimes when it's tied to trauma. But it doesn't heal or go away because I focused on the shoulder pain. Now, that being said, when people do tapping just to get rid of pain, even though my knee hurts, I'm doing the best I can. I deserve love. My knee hurts, this pain in my knee, this pain in my knee. I said it's hit or miss. Oftentimes it's miss because the knee pain is tied to a trauma from the 3rd grade or divorce or whatever the case may be. And unless and until you find out, you find what trauma it's tied to and then heal that trauma, that knee pain ain't going anywhere. Does that make sense?
Thank you.
You're very welcome. That's a great question. Yeah, thanks for the question. Okay, does anyone else have a question before I do kind of a short and abbreviated tapping session with our last volunteer? I don't see any more questions. Okay, so who is our last volunteer going to be? Does anyone else want to work with me today, even though I know it's going to be abbreviated, and I apologize. I should have done a better job of delineating the little mini sessions within this workshop. So raise your hand, your virtual or actual hand, if you'd like to work with me. And if no one else wants to work with me today, then I will ask Linda and Anne if they would like to continue to work with me on what we've already been working on, to take one of you further in your healing process for your benefit and for the benefit of everyone who's here with us, so that everyone can continue healing whatever it is that we are working on, or whatever it is that you are working on. Okay, I don't see any more hands. So, and if I'm missing a hand here, because I can't see everyone the way I have my view set up, I can't see everyone. I apologize, and maybe go in the chat if you're trying to raise your hand and I'm not acknowledging it. It's because I can't see you. Okay, so in that case, it looks like no one else is wanting to. Oh, I see. No, sorry. I thought I saw somebody raising their hand. It was something else. Okay, so either Linda or Anne, would one of you like to heal more of this, of what we worked on, to get you further in your healing process and freer from what we've been working on? Linda?
What does Anne say? Anne, do you want to?
I'm happy to.
Me too. Either one of us.
Oh gosh, now what do I do? I don't know what to do. So
work away, Linda. No, work away, Linda.
March has her hand.
March has her hand up. What's up, March?
Can't hear you.
Yeah, will you unmute yourself, please, March? Yes.
Even if it's just a little while, just having talked to you before.
Yeah.
The pain that I'm experiencing goes back so many years to a tragic accident, which I haven't really thought about in a very long time. And I guess what I have to do is to work on what happened to me many years ago, but it has brought on what I am left for, as I was recently told, pain for the rest of my life.
Okay. So can we work on this together, March, for our remaining time?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Okay, so let's do that, because I think it's going to serve everyone to, excuse me, to observe the process of unpacking this. And also, I cannot bear to choose between Linda and Anne. I really want to work with both of you. So Marge, let's unpack this together. We won't have much, if any, time to actually heal it, but we can figure out, we can unpack part of this this trauma, this tragedy. And then what I always say is that if you heal the trauma of this, you're going to be free. That's going to change your life. It may or may not rid you of the pain. I have a feeling that it will. I can't promise you that, but what I can promise you is that this trauma, whatever it is, and we're going to look into it, can be totally and completely healed so that it can no longer affect you in any negative way, at least in terms of your emotions, fears, limiting and false beliefs, etc. And when that happens, it'll probably take the pain with it. But again, I can't promise you that. Okay. So can you tell me briefly, actually, just because we're so short on time at this point, I'm going to just sort of unpack it with you without having you tell me the story. It's not that I'm not interested, but I have enough to go on. So let's just see if we can kind of unpack it in this very expeditious way. Okay. So how old were you when this tragic accident happened?
God, probably 50. I was in my 30s.
Okay.
I'm 86 now.
Really? I
Yeah.
never would have thought. I want all your secrets. Okay. And you too, Linda, ditto on that front. Okay. So I'm going to read you a statement and let's see if it fits. And if it doesn't fit, just let me know if how to change the wording. Okay. And before we do this, do you feel comfortable unpacking this with me? Because I get it. This is a major trauma. And if you're not feeling comfortable delving into it with me right now, I get it. And that's okay. And I can change my tack,
I'm comfortable
Are
and
you
going.
okay? Okay,
Yes.
good. Okay, so when I was in my 30s, I was in a tragic accident. Is that how it goes? Or I was involved in a tragic accident? How does the wording go?
When I was in my 30s, somebody did something to me, which what turned out to be a tragic accident.
Which led to a tragic accident?
Yes.
So 0, I'm going to read it to you, and I want you to tell me the emotional charge from 0 to 10. When I was in my 30s, somebody did something to me which led to a tragic accident. 0 to 10? An 8? Mm-hmm. And you have knee pain, you said?
I have had bad pain ever since.
Okay, where is the pain?
My back.
Okay. I'm going to read this too, and I want you to tell me if the wording does or does not fit. And if it doesn't fit, we'll just adjust it until it does. I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident. Is that accurate?
I've had tragic pain ever since this tragic accident.
I've had terrible pain or
I've had terrible pain. I've had
say pain or back pain?
back pain.
0 to 10, I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident.
It's a 10.
Mm-hmm. And is it hurting in this moment?
It never stops.
That's awful. I'm so sorry. So what number is that right now? I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident.
I've had terrible back pain since this tragic accident.
Oh, you said it was a 10. My mistake. Okay, so let's tap together. I deeply and completely love and accept myself, or I'm doing the best I can and I deserve love.
I'm doing the best I can and I deserve love.
Okay. Even though I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident.
I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident.
I'm doing the best I can and I deserve love.
I'm doing the best I can and I deserve love.
Mm-hmm. Even
though
I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident.
even though I've had terrible back pain since this tragic accident.
I'm doing the best I can and I deserve love.
I'm doing the best I can and I deserve love.
Mhm. One more time. Even though I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident,
Even though I've had terrible back pain since this tragic accident, I'm doing the best I can and I deserve love.
good. I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident.
I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident. I'm doing the best I can and I deserve love.
Good. Now let's just do the short version, which is I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident.
I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident.
Good. Keep going with that.
I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident. I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident. I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident. I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident. I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident. I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident. I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident. I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident. I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident. I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident. I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident. I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident. I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident. I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident. I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident. I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident. I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident. I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident.
And how is that statement feeling for you now from 0 to 10? I've had terrible back pain ever since this tragic accident.
An 8.
Beautiful. So to go from a 10 to an 8 is a great amount of healing in 5 minutes. Actually, we didn't even do 5 minutes of tapping because we didn't have time. So it's healing. So I'm going to kind of reiterate what I said before, Marge, and give you some suggestions here. Okay. So to heal the trauma of this tragic accident and everything related to it, how you feel about the somebody who did something to you which led to the accident, how you feel about a lifetime of terrible back pain, all of it, when all of that is healed, it's going to change your life in really beautiful, powerful ways. And it might just heal your back pain. And I think because it's back pain, it is even more likely to heal because back pain is different from every other kind of pain in terms of how trauma, unhealed trauma affects it. Unhealed trauma can affect any part of the body, but the back in particular carries trauma in ways that other parts of the body typically do not. So that's my recommendation to you, if it resonates with you, to either with me or with someone else, to completely unpack this complex trauma, which is not just the tragic accident which happened when you were in your 30s, but is now including all these years of chronic pain and all of the feelings you have about what happened and the people involved. Heal all of it so you feel totally neutral and at peace with all of it. And I promise that's going to change your life. And I think it will also probably heal your back pain.
As we say in the Jewish tradition, alavai, from your mouth to God's ears.
Ah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
And I want you to know that when you started talking, I have shivers, electricity down my whole body.
Mm.
And the pain that I was feeling because I've been sitting so long at the bottom of my spine has lessened.
I'm really, really glad to hear that, Marge. I'm so glad. And thank you for working with me. And I wish it could have been longer. But I really want you to know and take this with you. And everybody who's here with us today, whatever it is that's holding you back, stressing you out, causing you to suffer, it can be totally and completely healed. Yes, the physical is slightly different. So what I'm referring to is emotional stuff, right? But it can be healed. You can heal. Through that healing, you can transform your life. So I want everyone to remember that no matter how much you're hurting, you can heal, okay, through this funny, weird thing that we do. When it's applied effectively, it will heal completely and permanently anything and everything, okay? So thank you again for working with me. Let me just adjust this thing here so everybody can see everybody. And we've gone over time. I'm sorry about that. I hope I'm not making anybody late to anything. And I'm just going to go ahead and wrap up here for today. So thank you again, everyone, for being here with me today. If you would like to work with me privately, you can schedule a session on my website, which is heatherambler.com. And just take really good care of yourselves, everybody. It's been so wonderful to work with you today, to heal the things that are holding you back and causing you to suffer. And as we wrap up, I just want to remind you once again to just always keep in mind that if something is causing you pain or stressing you out, EFT will set you free. So be sure to use this incredible healing tool whenever you need it. So that's it for today. Thanks again, and bye for now.